And we are back, boyos, for the winners match here in the RSL Group B. It's the battle of the French Canadians. It's Stalixx and EterNal. And spawning down in the bottom right here of King's Cove, it is the orange rogue player, Stalixx.
On top left-hand corner, it's the organizer of this tournament, Risen Competitives, EterNal.
Ooh, Stalixx taking the strong gamble here, saying that a Canadian will win this match. And you know what? I have to say, I think he's right.
I think he's wrong. I think a French Canadian will win this match.
You're going to go even more specific
You got to
with
take
it.
into account that Stalixx is always wrong. So
Well, that's true. So, yeah, no. That's like one of those catch-22s because it's like, well, you know, they're both Canadian, but Stalixx can't possibly be right. So, I think, you know,
right.
like EterNal wins, and then we find out that like EterNal has some like secret heritage from another country somehow.
Sure. He's an illegal French-American immigrant.
He's a illegal French-American immigrant. That sounds about right. Yeah. Any twisting of logic that we can possibly get to make EterNal somehow wrong, I think we have to do.
So, going into this matchup, EterNal has shown himself to be a little bit weak too, and kind of bleed from heavy ling bling into muta. That's something he kind of struggles with. So EterNal's way ahead in MMR of Stalixx, but Stalixx has every shot to win this series.
I definitely think you're right. I mean, we've seen, like you said, EterNal faltering a little bit against Zergs that, you know, play aggressive with Ling Bane and, you know, will get in your face. But at the same time, he's lost to that a little bit in the past, and I know he was saying that, like, I figured out that was a weakness in my gameplay. I've worked on it, and I think I've got it solved. So, you know, I'm looking forward to see what he's got for us, because I mean, I think we know how Stalixx is going to play this. And the question is how will EterNal respond?
Well, also you mentioned in the last match we saw Stalixx, and this is his favorite matchup by far. He
Yeah.
loves ZVT. So
Then again, EterNal's literal like BattleNet ID is TVZ, so I mean, who even knows? You know, this Reaper getting a Ling, that's nice. Ooh, it could actually get a second one if it goes in, but it looks like he's gonna circle around, go to that third base, maybe pop into the main and scout after he's healed up a little bit.
So
Ooh, he might lose an Overlord. Oh no, will he get there? Oh no, he's gonna get there. He's gonna get there, right? Okay, he does get there, and now there's 2 Overlords on that shelf.
yeah, I mean they're gonna sit there for a while.
Oh, gets the drone, trying to take the third too. Almost blows himself up with his own grenade, but doesn't, and he's gonna pick off. I mean this Reaper. Oh,
is Stalixx trying to take a third because he didn't have the mineral? I think that was a fake out from Stalixx.
Ooh, the old fake third base.
Ooh, the old thank that lag.
The old thank that lag.
Oh,
Ooh,
man.
saying you killed my units.
Lag, yeah.
You killed my units. It had to be lag. Had to be. But again, now we have that Reactor Hellion coming on out and the Baneling Nest. And I think you're right, there is a third base. Well, Stalixx tries hopelessly to make the heart sign. That's not how you do it. It is, wait, what is it? It's parentheses, right? Yeah, no, it's parentheses.
Yeah, it's parentheses. I think it's colon in Discord. That's why you tried that.
Yeah, that always gets me. But anyway, I mean, this is weird.
It was the lag. Like,
it was clearly the lag. Okay, no, this is definitely aggression. He scans, he sees the Baneling Nest, and EterNal is getting his wall up because he's like, all right. This is Stalixx. You know, this hatch, which I guess he didn't even see, but if he did, it's just for show. I mean, there's lings and lings and lings and lings on the way, so not really a macro play here from Stalixx. He's going to try and get up a bunch of Banelings and bust into the natural, similarly to how he tried to against Jaded Shard.
So, what do you... Well, okay, so we have an engagement here in the middle of the map. Ooh.
Ooh, if he can get a surround. Oh, some nice micro there by EterNal is going to prevent that surround, and this is more lings than you want to lose for no Hellions to start this off.
And I mean, that was just like pure RNG for these Hellions. They got the best shot off in the best possible position on those lanes to start
I
out
mean,
the
I don't think...
engagement.
Yeah, to start it out, but I mean, even behind that, he was microing those Hellions so well. Oh no, here comes into the naturals of these Banelings.
Uh, I mean, if he gets good connections here, but no,
Oh no,
EterNal
he
was
splits
allowed
everything
too
up.
much time to split.
He splits everything up, and now... Oh, he finds a nice pack. And he's gonna get... Let's see. 7 in total. So, not worth it, right? The Hellions are still alive. They're back to even on workers. And there's a battle cruiser about to finish, like... And
Yeah,
looking... I mean, there's nothing to defend this battle cruiser. There's nothing to defend the battle cruiser.
and
Let's
I'm
see.
not sure these are enough Zerglings to break this. Actually,
Oh...
I'm gonna say that I'm positive there's not enough
No,
Zerglings to
there's
break
not.
this.
And this battlecruiser is nothing to contest it either, which means even by some miracle, if he can get like enough queens up to hold, which he can't, I mean, he's going to lose way too many drones before that ever happens. Ugh. Yeah, he knows that he needs to break him because his natural is getting decimated, but with all this behind a wall, I think that Stalixx is about toasted here in game number 1, although this BC is kind of sitting under 2 spores. Needs to get out of that hold scenario. Well, but he's just going to micro it back, kill one of the spores, and kill 15 drones in total, and get out with the BC, so... Ugh.
Yeah, I mean, EterNal's 13 workers ahead. He has double the army supply. He is supply block though, so that's one thing in Stalix's favor.
Yeah, that's one thing. I agree. I don't know.
It certainly is one thing.
It's really tough to see Stalixx digging himself out here. I mean, I think almost the biggest thing is even with all that damage, EterNal kept the Hellions alive, which means that Stalixx cannot just sit back and go to droning. Because the threat of these Hellions is still here. If he lets them in, you know, they're going to deal huge damage. And if he even softens up these queens, I mean, the battlecruiser's going to come back in. Ooh, he's got this one really high energy queen down super low. It's down to 9 HP. This BC is going back home to get itself healed and repaired. But this is a really scary spot here for the Zerg, because again, you kind of feel like you have to keep making units, but you kind of need to go back to making drones. And with a second battlecruiser out now, I mean, that third CC, I guess he never restarted building that third CC in the natural. That is one positive for him, but... Oh, great surround here on these Hellions. EterNal's going to try and trade out as best as he can, but trade out he will have to, as all of that is D-E-D dead. Now he's restarted
I
building that
feel
third.
like he traded out okay though.
Yeah,
Like a lot of Banelings crashed into those, into the Hellions, and they got quite a few Zerglings.
and we are starting to get into the part of the game where, you know, those Hellions aren't as valuable as they were earlier. Now, of course, they still add some nice damage, especially to these big Ling Bane attacks, but... Oh, and another battlecruiser going into the back of the natural here, but there's 2 spores, so that's going to get
Oh
zoned.
man, Stalixx accidentally pulls back all his Zerglings to try to fight the battle cruiser.
Oh, they can't do that. They can't do that, and this battlecruiser is going to get more drones, while another battlecruiser is over at the third base, 14 more in total going down, and these BCs, both very low HP, will escape.
Well, one thing that's important to note as well is Stalixx is only sitting on 3 queens, and he's not injecting this third, so he's going to fall a little bit behind in Larva, and he really, really needs that as EterNal keeps warping these battle cruisers in here.
Yeah, and now he's getting Hydras because he knows, like, you know, these BCs can be on 1 HP, literally, and they will still guarantee a defense to a Ling Bane attack, pretty much,
Yeah, they're
with the DPS they
definitely
add.
a well-designed unit
Ooh.
that adds value to the game.
Well, it sounds like my Cookcaster might not be the biggest fan here of the BC, but certainly very valuable here in this scenario as... Oh my gosh, I didn't even realize he's got 2-2 on the way, and there's no... Are there even any Evo? No, there's no Evo chambers. So pretty soon, I mean, with 9 Marines at a time, I mean, if you're down 4 upgrades in ZVT, you know, Lingbane, Hydra into any composition that involves Marines, you're not gonna have a good time, man. You're just not gonna have a good time.
No, not at all. And I mean, 2-2 versus unupgraded, it's just death. It's just death incarnate. Like, you don't You don't do anything to that. But we do have an infestation pit. I mean, some fungal growths could even out that differential.
Yeah, maybe. I don't know. I mean,
Maybe. I
maybe
mean,
it's. I mean, I don't want to just straight call this early. But this is looking very, very, very difficult for the Zerg player. I mean, these battle cruisers still provide a constant counterattacking threat for him. Combine that with the fact that he's so far ahead in upgrades and even now ahead in army and workers. I mean, I don't really see his disadvantage.
Yeah, I mean, this Hydra count, they can't even engage these battle cruisers without upgrades.
Yeah, certainly. And he's
They're
going to
not
try
even
and
gonna
even
get
draw
one.
some of them out. Well, he's going to go for a double drop at the same time. And these BCs just getting free damage, free damage. If he loses these BCs and trades them out for army, he's okay with that. And here is the drop over at the third base. It's going to get in. These Spore Crawlers making short work of those medevacs, but 7 more drones are going down in the meantime. And again, this is a distraction. It's allowing these BCs to get in and deal more damage at his fourth base. Oof. Teleports away with the BCs. It looks like everything will get cleaned up in the main, but again, 10 more drones. 10
Yeah.
more drones. 4 infestors and pathogen
EterNal got
glands.
his third up behind this.
Yeah. And, I mean, kind of like in that TVT against Elite, his combat shields is really late once again. So I don't know. I think Stalixx's best chance is to get out these infestors. Unfortunately, they are going to finish, I think, before the pathogen glands finishes, which kind of negates any of the use that you would get from that upgrade. But I think he has to get these infestors and go. I mean, like we've been saying, the state of this scenario is probably not going to get much better considering the upgrades. But you know, fungal, nice baneling hits. Something can happen.
Stalixx scouts his medevac as well as the battle cruisers moving out again, but he responds to the wrong location. EterNal kind of bait and switched him with the direction of that medevac.
Yeah. Yes, he did. And now he's kind of hunting for those BCs. But again, these BCs, they have teleport off cooldown, so they can just kill a few Hydras, take some hull damage, and then just run away. Ooh, while he stims into the fourth base, he's going to get a queen. It doesn't look like a ton beyond that. Ooh, and fungling this, it will go down.
I mean, picking off these queens is absolutely huge.
Yeah.
Why are counts so low? And Stalixx is going for Burrow, interestingly enough. Oh, wait, did he cancel it?
Oh my gosh. 1 HP on that medevac. He blew, I think, 4 fungals on that medevac, and it's still alive.
Crack is finished up for these Zerglings, so they're going to be a lot more powerful, but you really want to scale upgrades with that, and Stalixx just doesn't have them.
Yeah, these BCs, once again, just doing a little dive bomb. I'm going to kill a few drones, and then I'm just going to teleport away. And now it looks like Stalixx is going to try and get aggressive. He knows he's taken too much damage, and the time has come.
Are down. Okay, they're not down.
No, they're not down anymore. And with this siege up, oh, this is a meat grinder for Zerglings to run into. An absolute meat grinder. Ooh, even Marines from the other side.
He does have fungals, but
oh, that's a big one.
That's
massive,
really but the banelings are stuck behind the Hydralisk. That could have been huge.
Oh, yeah, and I mean, he got that fungal that he needed, but wasn't able to capitalize on it because the Marines were distracting on the other side. He might get this 4th CC. Will he, though? Oh, it's going to be close. He needs to repair that.
If he can... Stalixx is backing out. Stalixx. The SCV is going to save the command center.
No, it's mining. It's mining.
It's mining. It's mining. There's 20 health on the command center.
Oh, and he's distracted by this push. Oh, mules are dropped. 6 on 4, 3, 2. Oh! He gets it right at the end.
Terran's a really good rate. It's well designed. It's definitely balanced.
Oh my gosh, but once again, he's trying to come up this ramp. That's never going to happen. And with the tank count growing like it is, I mean, he's going to try and bust this third, it looks like. But again, still these battlecruisers are here to help. And, ooh, he's going to toss him Infested Terran. Scan goes down.
But the scan instantly shreds like half the infestors.
I think most of them survived. They're all really low on HP now, though.
Maybe that's just like gross infestor. Yeah, that was just the infestors move.
Yeah.
Infestors, but it's actually just the cancer they leave in the ground.
Yeah, and he's getting Vipers up now behind this. he could stand. I think he really needs these gases on his 4th. But I guess he's gotten him. Oh, there's more BC damage here. Oof. I think this BC will finally go down. Will it though? Will it though? Nope.
This
It's just
battle
gonna.
cruiser
It's gonna
has
go back and wait till it has teleport again, I guess.
49 kills. 49 kills.
Oh, and the drop here at the 5th base is gonna not only get a lot of drones, but also a Viper, and that's super valuable. Oh, fungal whiffs, and it looks like this medevac will survive for now. It's probably gonna die eventually, but he can still distract with it. And behind this, I think EterNal is probably going to land to that 4th base soon, and he's getting ghosts up. And ghosts are what he needs to deal with this late game army.
Not only that, he has 2,000 gas in the bank.
Ooh.
So even if he loses those ghosts, he's going to be able to remake them.
Ooh, he's going to get out with both the medevacs, and about half the Marines. While this Liberator on the other side is still doing damage, gets taken out. But again, 30 more drones go down. And now Stalixx, I said he'd gotten himself up a decent economy. That economy just got shattered by losing 30 drones.
He has an army supply advantage. He needs to close in here, and he needs to basically seal out the game now with this. There's no remaxing for him behind this. He has a large gas bank, but he doesn't have the minerals to support it, and here he is. He's going to get this planetary... Oh, no, he's not.
Nope, he's going to lift it. I just checked. EterNal has killed 80 drones here in this game. Ooh, there's a ghost here. He could get a money EMP. Oh, but it goes down. Big fungals on a lot of this bio. That's a great start here for Stalixx. The army supply is starting to even up, though, and I think we're really seeing the efficacy of those upgrades. As it's 3-3 versus 1-2-1.
There's a lot of energy left for Stalixx.
But again, he needs to kill him here, and there's still tanks on the high ground. Ooh, he could pull him. Yeah, he could pull him, and that's what he needs to do here. Oh, he's gonna blinding cloud. I think he should pull. Oh, because now this one tank, it's getting shot.
It's gonna wear out. There's no more energy left for Stalixx. This is it. This is all he. And EterNal has 2,000 gas, 1,000 minerals in the bank.
Yeah, and again, 17 SCVs, a lot of bio killed. You might look at that and be like, well, he got a lot of damage done. He did. But keep in mind that right before all that happened, EterNal basically put him all in with the amount of drones he killed.
Yeah.
And now it's a 30 supply advantage, and he's going to reestablish this 4th. Stalixx he has redroned a little bit. He's back up to 60 workers. But EterNal still, I think, in a pretty commanding position, taking a look at those upgrades. So it's +1 melee, and then 2-2 on the range to 3-3. So still big advantage for the Terran. Did he? Yeah, so he ended... Those battlecruisers eventually did go down. So at least he won't have to deal with those anymore.
It's a good thing they only got 50 kills apiece.
Yeah, that's true. Mitigated some of the damage. It could have been worse.
Yeah.
It could always be worse. This drop is going to come into the natural here of Stalixx, but with these 2 Spore Crawlers, if it gets too close, I think it's just going to die because it's very low on HP. Yeah, it's going to drop off 3 units and then go down. A few drones maybe going to get picked off, but handled here by our Zerg player. But he scans, and I think EterNal sees, whoa, that's your army? I can fight that. And I think, EterNal, who's been, the absorbing pressure this entire game, as he maxes out, which he should do in like another production cycle or 2, is going to get across the map. And I think it could be a little bit rough with no Broodlords and no Ultras to speak of.
Well, this was our first macro game of this group. And took us through quite a ride.
Yeah, I mean, EterNal's been on top for most of it, but you gotta give the nod a little bit to Stalixx. He's hung on. And facing harass, the likes of which EterNal showed, it's very easy to just kind of fold and just be dead. And for all the damage he took, he managed to hold on. He managed to put EterNal under some pressure. But now, this drop's going to come in. This base is as good as dead, along with a few of the drones.
Is it though? I feel like
Marauders, dude.
Oh, no.
Marauders, dude. And it's going to get out with that boost. Or actually, is it, though? Probably still. Yeah. I can feel Renegade's little Zerg heart breaking every time something like this happens.
Well, I mean, hey, boost is, it's very balanced because you don't have to use energy, it's just on a cooldown.
Oh,
So
here
there's
comes a big
no
engagement, though.
sacrifice to not using that, right?
Yeah. Oh, some nice blinding clouds come up. These ghosts are gonna snipe out all of these vipers, and oof,
That's it for
EMPing.
Stalixx.
Yeah, that's the rest of his army. The bio is going to hold strong as all those super gas units go down. But again, I guess
Stalixx,
Stalixx has got 3.5k gas in the bank. He can remake those infestors.
well, Stalixx got really good binding clouds out. He got a couple good fungals out. Had the, had the planetary not been part of the equation, I feel like he might have picked off EterNal's army there, but unfortunately engaged right under the planetary, and it was kind of his undoing.
Yeah, planetaries output a lot of damage against those like Zerglings, and they can help clear them up really quickly.
Now we're at the point where EterNal's just putting planetaries at the choke points. He's like, I have
Yeah.
enough economy. It's time to just turtle up.
Yes, it looks like Stalixx is going to try for a run by, but again, planetary here, you're not going to counterattack that. Boom, 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 counterattack over.
Yeah, and planetary is really high micro units. So EterNal had to do a lot to defend that
You know,
attack.
I might be grasping at straws here, but I sense a little bit of
I've
salted
said
Terran here,
nothing.
Renegade.
No, I've said nothing but positive things about Terran Revolt.
Ooh. Huge engagement here. The tanks out in the front, they are going to absorb most of that damage. The bio takes out everything else, and EterNal is going to take the first map in this series.